All right, so hello everyone, and thank you all so much for joining me for this week's Mindful Moments session. My name is Jean, and this week our mindful topic is going to be about exercising and how we can incorporate mindfulness while we are exercising. So, exercise is a moving meditation, and it can take our workouts or exercises to the next level by incorporating that mindfulness. So, research suggests that people who intentionally focus on moving and deliberately taking in their surroundings when they're exercising actually find that their exercise and their workouts are more enjoyable. And this means that you may feel more motivated to exercise, which is good for your health and for your body. And what this means for your daily routine is that being mindful can support your habits of exercising every day. So, we're going to go through a few kind of tips or maybe guidelines um, to talk about some ways we can be more mindful when we're exercising. And then we'll have a mindful practice. And then after that, we'll have a discussion session. So first going through some tips or guidelines that we can use when we're exercising to be more mindful. First is to get unplugged. I know, especially in this new generation, kids or kind of adults, sometimes it's easier to just maybe listen to music and then exercise. And it may be like act as a motivator sometimes. But it's also important to keep in mind that to be mindful, you need to be fully present wherever you are, whether that be in your backyard or in a park or wherever, or maybe even in your house. So try not to have any music or built in entertainment when you're exercising. And a second tip is to listen to your body, mind, and breath. So bringing attention to those physical experiences, um, like notice how your body feels when when you exercise. Consider your thoughts. A lot of times when I'm exercising, I do, there are some points where I obviously feel the physical experience. I'm very tired. And then that would allow me to have some thoughts um, that basically like I'm tired. So pay attention to those thoughts, listen to your needs. It's okay to maybe take a little break or jog for a little and then resume your exercise. And also for the mindful aspect, when you're exercising, try not to let your mind wander away to things that are not directly related to the present. So sometimes, especially if we're not exercising with someone else, it's very easy for our mind to wander off to what happened during the day or what's going to happen after we exercise. But when you realize yourself that your mind is wandering away from the present, try to have this kind of curious, kind attention um, to the present. So when your mind wanders, gently bring it back. Maybe use some sort of techniques such as um, paying attention, especially to your breathing, and that could act like an anchor. And then a third tip is to notice your surroundings. So taking a moment to recognize your environment. And this is especially beneficial if um, you're exercising in an environment that you feel is comfortable with, or for me, that would be somewhere outside, where I think that kind of nature, those nature such as trees, flowers, anything that's outside is just naturally soothing for me. So taking a moment to recognize your environment can, as we said earlier, can increase your satisfaction levels for your exercise and motivate you to get into the habit of exercising every day. And then another tip is to exercise acceptance. So, do you notice any resistance to the workout experience? Maybe you are experiencing resistance because you're very tired. But a general tip is, no matter how slow you go, um, to commit to your workout time. Remember your purpose or your reasons for being there, and try to stay present in the moment from start to finish. And for our final tip is be kind and generous with yourself. So notice the quality of your thinking during your workouts. I've noticed that the quality of my thinking is very important to how I feel after my workout. And it's just kind of trying to stick to that positive side, that growth mindset. Can you appreciate your current ability just as it is? Can you let go of the comparing mind, instead thank yourself for showing up for this activity in the first place instead of maybe just not doing any exercise at all? All right, so now that we've gone through some different tips, we will kind of transition to our mindful practice. So the first thing that we're going to do is take deep breaths. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, enjoy.
Settling in to a comfortable position, sitting or lying down, and make sure you're warm.
All right, so now that we have finished our mindful practice for the week, we will transition to our discussion questions. So, thinking about maybe something related to what we talked about during today's session. How might mindfulness improve the quality of a workout? How do you normally keep yourself active? What would you do to make exercise moving meditation? So, anytime, feel free if you would like to share with us. Feel free to unmute yourself. Um, but I think I guess I will go first. So, kind of reflecting on our mindful practice just now, I feel like that is it was so soothing and so calming, and the way that it was narrated really helped me envision and be more mindful kind of in that beach setting. And I think noticed or kind of uh, felt more things than I would have maybe even if I were at the beach at the current moment. And it's all about being mindful and being in the present. So the aim is to kind of make your workout or your exercise a similar experience. Um, and really walking along the beach. Some people like to exercise along the beach or by the riverside. You could really kind of try to emulate that experience. And that's really a moving meditation for exercise. So I normally keep myself active by either biking or sometimes like hike or walk in my neighborhood. Um, Due to the pandemic, obviously a lot of these activities have been restricted. So so that's a little bit about that. And yeah, so if if anyone would like to share um their thoughts, you're welcome to. All right, so since no one has unmuted, we will kind of transition to the end of our session. We'll end with a quote relating to what we talked about this week. Um, the body achieves what the mind believes. So maybe think about how this relates to some of the things that we talked about this week with exercise being a moving meditation and how to kind of guide your mind in that direction that would help you better experience and enjoy your exercise. All right, so um, I just wanted to reference a source that I used, which inspired some of the content in the session called the National Geographic Everyday Mindfulness Issue. Um, and thank you all so much for joining me today. If you would like to stay back and ask me any questions or give me any feedback or anything, feel free to stay back. Otherwise, everyone is free to leave whenever they want to. Thank you again for joining my session today. I hope you enjoyed it.